was walking through a bookstore when I realized something rather, well, eerie. I looked at the books and realized there was a common pattern. It actually shocked me a little bit. Video games have taken over where the cartoon once was. If you're of a certain age, you remember coming home and looking at the cool cartoons on TV. They were specifically designed to get you really interested in them and really interested in the ideas and wanting to know more about them. It could be a book as well. But anyway, you would look into a store and find an awesome product. The truth be told, most commercial folks knew exactly what was happening and how it worked. They purposely did it so that you would buy more products. In fact, the product itself is more profitable than the cartoon. Often, they made the cartoon specifically as a commercial for these new toys that you are going to see. As an example, let's use Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling wrote a bunch of books about a kid going through school. These books proved to be really popular and people really enjoyed them. The book inspires people to want to make a movie out of it, and many other things like video games and toys. You better believe there are toys of Harry Potter. And with that, an entire culture is made. From the books, we get toys and other things that are made. And, honestly, I don't know if J.K. Rowling actually gets money from it, but the entire culture of loving these series makes money and becomes a boon for anyone involved. Minecraft, of course, started off as a simple game. It built up to the point that it became very popular, in the same way that Harry Potter is. There are now whole aisles dedicated to Minecraft stuff because the game is so popular. YouTubers use video games as a way to gain popularity. They kind of ride the coattails. That's not a bad thing. There are many products doing that. That's the reason why we have toys. So it's making a lot of sense that some of the best views are going to people like MatPat or PewDiePie. A single game has an entire magazine dedicated to it. Don't get me wrong, there's still cartoons out there, and they're still making books and toys about it. Just not as much. And most of them came out several years ago. You're probably going, hey, come on, yeah, there's a lot of video game stuff, but there's other stuff out there. You must be screwing up. Just look at a toy aisle. Prove it to me that this is going to work. Here's a toy aisle in a random buy mart that I was in. You will notice that there are ordinary toys like Hot Wheels, and then there's Hot Wheels specifically for video games. Kind of interesting, but not too much of something to notice. But let's continue onward. Look at these awesome Hot Wheels, and look at all those toys below it. They look great until you realize that everything promoted would be really cool to someone at least in their 20s. At least. And very likely even older. My Little Pony is here, but is it being sold to little girls because that's what little girls want? Or is it because their moms really wanted it as kids and now they want to give it to their daughters? As you can see, things like DC and Avengers are around. It's just I want you to think about when the last Avengers movie was around, and when the last DC movie was really big. Look at these products very carefully. You'll notice Age of Ultron Legos here, which means that these Legos have been there for a while. They aren't a recent thing. Of course, the major toys that are being sold to kids are Fortnite and Roblox and other games that kids happen to be enjoying anyway, just like Harry Potter. Video games become the major item to sell, and everything else is more nostalgia for parents. If you don't believe me, go test for yourself. Walk into any store that you know has toys and books and see what there is for kids. You'll likely be going, oh yeah, it's got Frozen, which came out 10 years ago. And it's got this, which came out several years ago. Wait a minute. And that's going to be the weird part, where you're going to look in and you're going to just be like, wow, video games are really taking over where cartoons were, or those other things I grew up with were. It's now about video games. Fascinating, right?